Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Reading Bad Steam Reviews. I'm your host, a White Terry Crews, and today's game is Among Us. I have gone hours without getting imposter, I swear to God. Do you have something against the name Dan? I hate this game. I literally have gone 3-hour games and never gotten imposter. You. I actually really like this review because it's pretty indicative of every asymmetrical multiplayer game that's pretty much ever existed. There's always going to be a preference for one side or the other, and if somebody does not get the side that they prefer, they're probably going to be upset. However, I will say that in games like this, you have to enjoy playing both sides or the game's not going to be for you. You can't just play the more fun and more interesting or more engaging aspect of the game the entire time, or else everybody's just going to do that and there's not going to be any game left. It takes both sides, man. Just chill out. Let other people have their fun. The lottery will come back your way eventually, I'm sure. The game itself is fine. The negative review is for how absolutely brain dead the people you'll play with are. You have a max of 10 players. At least 1 to 3 of them will leave if they don't get imposter. People will randomly accuse you of being the imposter with absolutely no evidence other than saying that you're being sus. Or you have people who are trying way too hard, claiming that the taskbar didn't move when you finished a task, when it doesn't instantly move to begin with. And if you're the imposter, you better get ready for people who are playing together to be on Discord so they can tell their alive friends who killed them. If you report a dead body, people will say it's a self-report and vote you out. If you don't report it, they'll still vote you out. Ooh, the game is great. The people who play it aren't. I've been running into a lot of reviews like this, searching for reviews for this video today, and there's a surprising amount of people who are playing Among Us with people that aren't their friends or people that they don't actually know. Now, I get it. As an adult with adult friends who all have wildly different timing schedules, it's hard to get everybody together to play Among Us at the same time. So I understand why people want to play it, even if they have to play with random people. However, I don't know if it can quite be worth it. Games like this are so much better when you're playing with people that you actually know, not necessarily close friends, but people that you've hung out with at least once or twice and you kind of have a beat on. If you hop on a random server and some guy named Jonathan is lying to you, you're not even gonna know because you don't know how Jonathan lies, you don't know what his tics are, you don't know how he talks normally. It's just gonna be a mess. And I don't see what the fun is in playing with a bunch of random people that you've never met before. It's different strokes for different folks, I guess. Long story short, play with your friends, don't go on random servers, and you'll be just fine. It's great when you do that, I promise.
This game is the equivalent of when you opened a bag of Cheetos, a full-blown Cheeto dust cheetah came running out of it.
I'm sorry, is this supposed to be a negative review? Because if I opened a bag of Cheetos and an honest-to-God Cheeto dust cheetah came jumping out of it, it's the best bag of Cheetos I've ever seen! Because here's the thing, if we want to extrapolate this a little bit more, if it's a Cheeto dust cheetah, then it's not really going to have any negative effect on you other than probably making you cough a little bit, but everything is going to smell like Cheetos and taste like Cheetos for quite a while. It's going to be quite a mess to clean up. However, the cheetah, on its own, is not going to be able to harm you in any way. Because here's the thing, a Cheeto dust cheetah, you can just punch it and it's going to fall apart. It's just Plus, it's not going to be that big anyway because a bag of Cheetos can only be so large, and even if you get the family-sized bag of Cheetos, it's going to be a pretty small cheetah, if you ask me. So, that'd be pretty cool. Functionally, it is an okay game. However, the gameplay required means that you have to be nasty, ugly, and cruel to your fellow players. You could easily ruin someone's game by your actions, and it promotes doing so to win. It is the most toxic form of gaming I can imagine. A game whose entire purpose is for you to make others have a bad time. I cannot recommend this. Dude, this review sucks. Obviously, this person has never, ever played a social deduction game in his or her life. Secret Hitler, Ultimate Werewolf, Sheriff of Nottingham. There's so many games where you're either trying to socially deduce who the villain is, and or just lying to your friends about what's in your sack of goods. These games are not meant to be toxic. These games are meant to allow you to have a different social experience with your friends, to lie and deceive your friends in a vacuum where there are absolutely no consequences for doing such. And if you are perceiving consequences or creating consequences out of those lies that are supposed to have been in a vacuum, then you're the problem. You're the toxic player for putting all of these expectations on your friends that are just trying to have a good time. And if you're not having a good time because you're perceiving some amount of toxicity, that's on you, brother or sister. That's on you. And furthermore, if you're having a bad time just because you're not winning and because other people are lying to you as per the rules of the game, then you gotta chill out, man. You gotta relax.
Great game. However, RNG for Imposter is so trash. Currently, I have 113 games played. Out of those 113 games, only 6 I have been the imposter. Don't choose orange because it never lets you play the imposter. Best colors to be chosen as imposter is black, yellow, purple, green, blue, and pink. Always have seen those colors be the imposter.
Do you know how RNG works? Statistically, it's unlikely that you have been so unlucky. However, statistics don't care about your damn feelings. Look, I played a game of Among Us the other night, and we had a new player in our group this time. And no joke, he was the imposter for the first 3 games that he played in a row, while we had 5 people in the crew. And for the rest of the night, when we got to 7 and 8 people total, he still managed to roll the imposter many more times than is statistically likely. RNG does not care. RNG is going to do what RNG does, and it's just going to say yes or it's going to say no, and you can't tell it what to do. Picking a color is not going to help you do that. Black, yellow, purple, green, blue, and pink. How did you get those? Is that all anecdotal? This is a really good example of trying to rationalize something that cannot be rationalized. Except by saying RNG is going to be RNG and RNG is going to do what RNG does. I mean, you're looking for answers where they don't exist, my guy. Come on, dude.
If your idea of fun is playing against 12-year-olds, racists, teamers, quitters, third imposters, and cheaters, this is the game for you. For real, if you're gonna buy this game, make sure you have enough friends to play with. It's really not worth it with randoms.
I said it once, I'm going to say it again, I'm probably going to say it a million more times. Don't play games like this with random people. I don't want to victim blame here, but you have to know that the internet sucks, dude. People on the internet are rude, they're mean, they're selfish, and they're going to do what they want when they want. You be damned, because they're going to get theirs, and they don't care who gets in their way. That's the internet, especially if you're playing a game like Among Us that's been so popular, so extremely wildly popular in the past few months. There's just too many people around for these bad actors to not get in and ruin it for everybody. So don't play with randos. At the very least, find a community of people, a Discord server, a subreddit, or something. Just find a community of people somehow. Join that community, and at least you can expect somebody in that community is going to be able to moderate the experience and moderate the people. And I'm not talking about like censorship or you're winning too much or you're too good at the game, get out of here. More like everyone in the community having a vested interest in playing the game the way it's meant to be played, by lying to people's faces. It does suck to hear that people are ruining the experience on the public servers, but I can't say that I'm surprised.
It's bare bones little game, and after a round or two, you'll have seen everything this game has to offer.
The tasks are nothing more than Sesame Street levels of matching colors. A single click or just standing still for a couple of seconds. Taking out other players is done with a single click. If you don't care for games that offer the bare minimum in terms of gameplay with a group of up to 10 people at a time, you'll get bored long before your first round is over. On the other hand, if you've always felt games on Newgrounds lacked multiplayer, then you'll probably have a great time.
Now here's a really good example of somebody completely misunderstanding the intent behind a video game. Sure, he's not wrong in that all of the tasks in Among Us are very simple kindergarten-level minigames that it's really hard to fail at least when you don't get Simon Says or the spinning lights in electrical. But the game is not about those tasks. Those tasks are simply there to facilitate the overarching idea behind the design of the asymmetrical multiplayer experience where one person is trying to kill you and you're just trying to do your job.
Hey, it's just like modern day capitalism.
In fact, I would go so far as to say that the tasks in Among Us are not even the real gameplay. The real gameplay comes from within. You have to watch people, talk to people, listen to people, plan your route around the map, understand when and how people are lying, and learn how to lie to your friends in a way that they're going to believe these gross lies that are coming right out of your mouth, and then feel proud when you did it right. In fact, the simplicity that you're talking about is the exact reason why this game blew up as much as it did. It's easy to learn, it's easy to get into, and most of the focus is placed on the people and talking to each other and lying to each other. It's so simple that I can almost guarantee that you can take this game to anybody's grandmother, anybody's great aunt, and they would be able to understand it and play with you. It's surprisingly hard to find fun and interesting reviews to share about this game because a lot of them are saying the same thing. TLDR, people don't have fun playing in public lobbies where people quit when they're not the imposter or they're just colluding with their friends to ruin the lobby. It's just a bunch of unfun stuff that has to do with playing with a bunch of random jerks on the internet. And like I said, I get it, not everybody has the friend group, but there's plenty of communities around where you can have a good time with people who want to have a good time with the game as well. So if you're lacking friends to play Among Us with, go find those communities. They're out there, they exist. And finally, I'm also seeing a lot of issues with color blindness support in this game. This isn't a bad review, it's a negative review, but it's not a bad review, but I'm gonna read it for you anyway. It is extremely difficult for colorblind/color deficient people to differentiate the colors. Please make this better for colorblind people. Seeing the difference between lime green and yellow, blue and purple, and white and cyan is difficult. Ideas: 1. Create patterns on people so that we can differentiate easily. 2. In the vote menu, include the accessories that the people are wearing to help. For those of you who don't know, Among Us was out for about 2 years before some streamers picked it up and caused it to just completely explode. I know the developers were not expecting this. I know if I had made this, I probably would have given up on getting any new players after the first 6 months, and that's being generous. For it to explode like this after 2 years, it's fortunate for the developers, but also unfortunate because they're not ready for the influx of server problems that they've obviously been having, that we've all experienced, and the lack of colorblind support that they didn't really expect to have the popularity to need to implement. It does really suck that colorblind people have such a hard time playing this game and differentiating between two similar colors when they're trying to figure out who's been lying and who's been killing and who's sus. So please, developers, now and in the future, if you're making games like this where color is a very big part of what you're trying to achieve while you're trying to figure out who's killing and who's dying, think about the colorblind community. I'm lucky enough to not be colorblind, but it affects a lot more people than you would probably expect. Hopefully Among Us remains popular enough for the developers to add in some colorblind support in one way or another, because inclusiveness is nice. Anyway, that's it. That's all the reviews that I can stomach today. Like I said, it's really hard to find interesting reviews for this. A lot of repetitive crap. Because the game's so popular, everybody's making the same dumb jokes. Don't make jokes, make reviews. Thanks to all my channel members for supporting what I do here. Oh, and thank you to Daniel BR93, who so graciously upgraded his membership while I was editing this video. And please, remember to like, comment, and subscribe so the algorithm will stop hating my channel. Please. Please. All the views have gone. YouTube's trying to kill my career before it's even started. Bye. Bye. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm done. There's no more. Why are you still here? Just get out of here. What was that out? You know what? Just be weird. Be cringe. Don't be afraid to be cringe. A little bit of cringe can go a long way in making you seem more authentic.